I'm a 45-year-old dad, and here is my take on tech. So today I did want to talk about AI. Now don't switch off, hold on. If you're like me and you have loads of cool ideas and you just want to make stuff and you can't keep up with yourself, then what I've created here is just it's almost like the perfect example of how AI can help us with the tools that we need and we want ourselves. Let me explain and show you exactly what I mean. So I run a YouTube channel called GNU to Linux. Again, I know it's very nerdy, but bear with me. So this is my YouTube channel here. You can see it here, GNU to Linux. Just hobby videos about the Linux distributions that I use. There's only a few videos up, but it's just something I enjoy doing. Simple as that. Well, I spoke to Claude and I wanted to show you how this was made. And I'm not a programmer. I'm not a developer. I'm useless with that stuff. No good at all. But what I do have is I have some hosting, because I do host some websites and I do have an interest in Linux. I spoke to Claude and said, you can see here, this is my actual chat. This is not this is the actual one here. So my idea was, I want to help people find their Linux distribution of choice, because a lot of people are switching to Linux now. And if you type in which Linux distribution should I choose, you'll get a million answers and they're all different. So I wanted to make a guide to help people decide. So as you can see here at the top, all I've put here is I have an idea about creating, I even spelled creating wrong, look, about creating a page like this that asks questions to discover which distribution users should try. Finding a distro, especially as a new user, is a nightmare, as everyone says something different. So having a page to answer this would be awesome. Okay, that's just how I speak. It's the same language. I haven't used any special terms there. That is just me speaking to Claude. And it's come back saying, that's a brilliant idea. Obviously, they all say that. And genuinely useful content that will attract organic search traffic. Okay, so that's the sort of conversation we were having. Now, what I need to show you, it created here. Here's your distro finder distribution. That's what Linux flavors are called. And it said it's an 8-question interactive quiz that scores 13 distributions against the user's answers using a weighted point system. Okay, I was like, right. Here's the distros it scored. It's picked like the main big Linux distros, because I could have included the whole list, but there's no point, because new users don't need 500 distributions to choose from. These are some of the key ones. I was happy with the results. And there we go. Simple as that, right? Now, I did say I would like something about where the distribution is based, because that is something that I don't think a lot of people pick up on. And I've said, do you want an American-based distribution or a big corporate-owned distribution, or do you want something small-scale hobby style? And that is something that, like I said, doesn't really get mentioned anywhere. And it does say that about, and Claude replied to me here, you can see, great shout, that's a genuine factor for a lot of people. Most distro finders completely ignore it. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. So, back to the website. This is what it's created for me. The whole website, created by Claude in the previous conversation. Beautiful. This is fantastic. Look at this. I've done no coding. This is just an HTML page. And this is the best bit. You might have just seen it. I said I need to put my YouTube videos up there. So it put some placeholders for me. Look what it shows. It rickrolled me. It shows Rick Astley in 4K as the sample placeholders. That is beautiful. Bravo, Claude. I love that. Anyway, back to the point. So this is what we've got. Find your distro. So this is just a link, gnu2linux.com. I'll leave it below if you're interested. Click on that. And now you answer the questions. So let's just show you. Again, I've done nothing here. I want to show you how easy this was. You saw the prompts that I put into Claude. Nothing technical at all. How much experience do you have with Linux? Let's say I am a complete beginner. Maybe you are. Okay. Where are you switching from? Windows, Mac. Okay, let's say we're coming from Mac. Okay, there we go. What will you mainly use this machine for? This is going to be for my just general desktop. It's going to replace my MacBook. That's what it's going to do. How do you feel about system updates? I don't care. I just want it to work. Fair? Let's go. Just want it rock solid updates. How old is your hardware? Let's say I'm on a 5-year-old MacBook or something. Last 5 years or 5 to 10? Is it within 5? Let's say it's a little bit older. It's a bit older. I want to breathe some life into my old MacBook. Let's say it's 5 to 10 years old. How much do you want to tinker? I don't want to tinker. I just want it to work, please. Okay, so I just want it to work out the box. Okay, how important is gaming? This is an old laptop. I have no interest whatsoever. Okay. What matters to you? Right, now, so this is interesting. So now it just sort of says, it's ease of use, community, documentation, privacy, latest technology. It's an old MacBook. I just want it to work. I just want to be able to use it again. So I just want ease of use. Let's just worry about that. Now, this is the big one, the one that everyone misses off. Does origin or governance matter to you? Now, this is a whole conversation for another video if you're interested, about who is controlling your software. Now, we've come away from, let's say, in this example, I'm using an Apple MacBook. I'm using this on a PC right now, as you can see, it's Windows. So do I care? Do I want my Linux distribution controlled by a big corporation? No, I'd rather come away from it. I want to come away from Apple. I want to come away from that. So, okay, that's one choice. But then you think, but do I want it to be America-based or European-based? And I'm like, good question. So let's say the options we've got here, look, I don't care, just give me the best one. Great. US-based is fine. Okay, but let's say that I want it to be European-based. So that turns it down here. But I want support. Yeah, I want a bit of help, but I want a bit of help, but I want to be able to get support for it. I don't want to be completely stuck with some random little distribution. So let's go European-based preferred. Yeah, that's what we want. And here we go. And it's giving you your top matches. Zorin OS, best match. Zorin OS is designed for look and feel like Windows and Mac, so it looks like, okay, you choose the layout during the setup, bam, bam, bam. And it's chosen it because it's beautiful, Windows-like, and beginner-friendly. I know I picked Apple, but it's just saying that it's familiar and easy to use. Second one, Linux Mint, an obvious one. 100% match that one, look at that. This is a small company in Ireland, Zorin OS, okay? Mint in Ireland, again. Elementary. And there we go. So that's what it's scored on. Also worth a look, and it's given you some alternatives to some other ones to take a look at. And that's what I built with Claude. Now, you might be thinking, can anyone do this? How am I hosting it? Like I said, I do have some hosting. So I asked Claude, how do I get this up on my host? And it said, okay, which host do you have? I said, I have Hostinger. And then it said, okay, here's the instructions. Click this, go here, do this, upload this. And all I did was upload this. I already had the domain name on my hosting, and that's what I created. So AI does get a bad rep, I know, but I am loving it. It's really helping me with all my ideas and creating the things that I just couldn't create before. And I think looking at AI as a tool and as I am the AI controller, look at it that way. I think that is the way to go. But how simple was that? It was like 2 prompts, and that's what it gave me, and it's exactly what I wanted. If I wanted to include some sort of paid tier and I wanted to make it a search, I could do, but it's a finder. I don't need to do that. It doesn't need to be anything more fancy than an HTML page. Simple as that. It's just a tool to bring people to my website, which is all totally free. It's just to help people discover Linux and use it. And on my website, they might find my other tools, because it's created some other tools on there that you may have seen, but I won't go into those. I can go into those on another video. So let me know what you think. Have you dabbled with AI, and have you used it like this to create something? If you want a full guide, step by step, I'm happy to do a brand new one with no domain name, nothing at all, from scratch. If you want to, we can make a completely random new tool, and I'll do it step by step so you can follow it. If you're interested in that, drop your comments below. If you've got something you want made, drop it below, and we'll see if we can make it on the channel, and I'll see if I can get that done, record it, and post it up. So yeah, there you go. That is my take on the AI tech. I think it's fantastic. Let me know what you think. Goodbye.